Welcome back. Today we shall discuss regulation of arterial blood pressure. Right now, we all know that regulation of arterial blood pressure is extremely important to maintain perfusion to the tissues. Now, mean blood pressure is the most important component of blood pressure. Its normal range is 95 to 100 millimeter of mercury. Right. This is the most important blood pressure because all the reflexes, cardiovascular reflexes in the body, okay, they respond to changes in the mean blood pressure. And two, it is the blood pressure with which all the tissues are perfused. Okay. Mean BP provides the pressure head with which all the tissues in the body they get perfused. For these two reasons, mean BP is the most important blood pressure in the body, right? So for our discussion purpose, blood pressure refers to mean BP unless otherwise specified, right? Right. Now, whenever there is a change in mean BP, what happens? A variety of compensatory mechanisms begin to act. These are termed as short-term regulatory mechanisms, intermediate-term regulatory mechanisms, and long-term regulatory mechanisms based on their onset of action, right? So these begin to act swiftly within a few seconds to minutes. These begin to, the intermediate regulatory mechanisms, they begin to act within a few hours after change in mean blood pressure, and long-term regulatory mechanisms, they begin to act in a few days after the mean BP has changed, right? So today we shall discuss short-term regulatory mechanisms, right? Right. Short-term regulatory mechanisms, they begin to act within a few seconds to minutes following change in mean blood pressure, right? Now these include baroreceptor reflexes, chemoreceptor reflexes, and CNS ischemic response, right? None of these reflexes are capable of bringing the blood pressure all the way back towards normal, okay? They bring down the blood pressure whenever it is increased or increase the blood pressure whenever it is decreased towards normal as much as possible, okay, but not exactly to the original level, right? So these short-term reflexes, they last for only a few hours. They last for only a few hours to a few days, right? Or a few days, right? Now, why this happens? Because during this time, adaptation, baroreceptor mechanism begins to show adaptation to change in blood pressure, right? And two, the cardiovascular system, this also begins to adapt to changes in sympathetic activity, okay, sympathetic nervous activity, right? And three, the long-term regulatory mechanisms, they begin to take over the effects from the short-term and intermediate-term regulatory mechanisms. Okay, let's discuss baroreceptor mechanism. Now, baroreceptors are stretch receptors, okay, which are present in carotid sinus, arch of aorta, heart, the ventricle and the atria, and a pulmonary trunk, okay. These two are together called as cardiopulmonary receptors, right? But the baroreceptors present in the carotid sinus and arch of aorta, they are mainly concerned with short-term regulation of blood pressure, right? So ordinarily whenever we stimulate baroreceptors, right? So what happens whenever we stimulate baroreceptors, right? The impulses from these stretch receptors, which mainly detect changes in mean BP, right? So after the baroreceptors are stimulated, the impulses are carried through 9th and 10th cranial nerves to nucleus tractus solitarius, right? What happens whenever there is increase in blood pressure, right? So whenever there is increase in mean BP, okay, above the normal range, what happens? Now the baroreceptors, they get stimulated, right? So impulses are carried via 9th and 10th cranial nerves to nucleus tractus solitarius, right? So from nucleus tractus solitarius, impulses reach the pressor area of vasomotor center, right? So and inhibit them, right? So the pressor area of vasomotor center is inhibited, and impulses from the nucleus tractus solitarius also reach the cardiac vagal center, right? And stimulate the cardiac vagal center. So because there is inhibition of vasomotor center, there is decrease in sympathetic nervous activity, okay? So this leads to decrease in total peripheral resistance, leading to fall in blood pressure, right? Now here, whenever there is because there is increase in activity in the cardiac vagal center, the parasympathetic nervous system is stimulated, and this leads to decrease in heart rate, okay? This is what happens whenever the mean BP is increased. The opposite happens whenever the mean BP decreases. So whenever the mean BP decreases, right, there is decrease in the discharge of impulses from the baroreceptors. So less amount of impulses reach the nucleus tractus solitarius, and there would be less inhibition of vasomotor center. So this would be equivalent to stimulating the sympathetic nervous system, right? So this would lead to vasoconstriction and increase in total peripheral resistance, leading to increase in mean blood pressure, right? So now because there are less number of impulses reaching nucleus tractus solitarius, there would be less stimulation of cardiac vagal center, right, which is equivalent to inhibiting the cardiac vagal center. So there would be decrease in the parasympathetic nervous system activity, and the heart rate would be increased, okay? So this is what happens whenever we stimulate the baroreceptors, right? Right. The baroreceptor reflexes are capable of adjusting the BP to only 2/3 towards normal. Suppose the BP, the mean BP is 100, right? This has the baroreceptors, they have capability to correct only 2/3 fall or 2/3 increase in the mean BP, okay? So for example, let us say the mean BP falls from 100 to 70, right? So how much it has fallen? 30 millimeter of mercury has fallen, right? So out of this 2/3 is 20 millimeter of mercury. So if the baroreceptors were not there, if they are not there, then the mean BP, which has fallen down from 100 to 70 millimeter of mercury, it would stay there, right? But because ordinarily we have baroreceptors, so now they are capable of causing a 2/3 adjustment in change in blood pressure. So now what happens? So the baroreceptors increase the BP by 20 millimeter of mercury, which is 2/3 of 30. So now the BP would be, mean BP would be 90 millimeter of mercury, right? So the BP fell from 100 to 70, and the baroreceptors corrected about 2/3 of fall, which is 20 millimeter of mercury. So now the BP after the correction done by baroreceptors would be 90 millimeter of mercury, right?